Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today is another test drive video, and this one is a Volvo C30 2.4 Volvo engined manual gearbox R design 2010 model, metallic grey. So this has every conceivable extra you can think of. So quick walk around. This has aftermarket wheels on it. They are the same size as the standard wheels, which are 18 inch, but they are a bit wider. So let's have a look inside. Doors feel nice and heavy on it. It's got leather interior. Got, a special textured vinyl on the outside areas of the seat, and genuine leather on the inserts. Just straighten the wheel up so we can see the dash and everything. Right, so this has a leather wrapped steering wheel, vinyl on the door panels, special texture on the grab handles, which feels quite nice. This one has heated seats, climate control, all the usual Volvo refinements, and it has the Dyne Audio stereo system, which are the best stereos you can get in any car. Very expensive, very high quality Scandinavian audio systems. 6-speed gearbox in this one, which is Volvo's own gearbox. This one has been fitted with a boost gauge. Got a full trip computer, blue gauges because it's an R design. Let's have a look in the back. So these are a 4-seater, because you don't buy the C30 for space, you buy it for comfort and just something a little different than the standard 3-door cars you can buy. Fold down armrest. So a quick look in the boot. Try and get the seat back. There we go. Right, so this has a full glass tailgate on it. And this pays homage to the Volvo of the 1960s, the P1800 ES. Featured, well, a P1800S was featured on a program called The Saints, and the ES was the sort of like an estate version that had a glass tailgate. So Volvo have done the same with the C30 and other models as well. It's quite a distinctive model in the lineup, different compared to the standard boxy design that you had at the time. So quite a fancy rear shelf, separate pods sort of moulding to the back seats. The boot space is a little limited, but the quality of it is absolutely fantastic. Proper carpet in here and everything, proper boot floor. This one has been de-wipered, so no wiper on it, just give it a smoother look. Standard rear spoiler, standard shark fin aerial, which is quite a nice design actually if you look at that. It's a work of art. So let's take a look under the bonnet and see what we have. Oh, I can figure out how to work the bonnet catch, there we go. Right, this is the Volvo's own D5 2.4 straight 5 engine. Sounds absolutely fantastic. In my opinion, the best diesel engine out of any production car. We don't see many issues with these. They go on for a lot of miles without too much maintenance, you know, such as injector issues or anything like that. They don't seem to have any problems with that regard. Standard strut brace, as on most Volvos, which is finished in a nice powder coated grey. It's not just had some paint slapped on it, it's actually finished off pretty well. Gas strut for the bonnet, which is pretty good. The C30 was released in 2006 and it ran up to 2012, and apparently in Canada to 2013. It came with a range of engines, which petrol side there's a 1.6, 1.8, 2 litre, all 4-cylinder Ford derived engines. Then you have the 2.4 injection 5-cylinder, which is a Volvo engine, and then you had the 2.5 5-cylinder turbo, which is a Volvo engine. And the diesels, you have the 1.6 diesel engine 4-cylinder, the 2 litre 4-cylinder diesel, which were both used by Ford and developed by PSA, Peugeot Citroën, used in many vehicles, and if looked after, they are a reliable engine. The 2 litre straight 5 and the 2.4 straight 5, which were the Volvo's own engines, in my opinion the best ones because they sound the best and the most reliable. So have a little listen to this, because 5-cylinder engines do have a distinctive sound to them. Superbly smooth, and in a lot of cases this is quieter and more refined than many petrol engines you find in other cars. Look at the brakes in the rear, obviously you get discs, standard rear brakes like you'd find on other C30 models and V40 and or S40 and V50s. On the front it's got the upgraded brakes on it off a T5 to give it a bit more stopping power, 60mm diameter pistons on it, larger discs to help it come to a halt much quicker than the standard items. Xenon headlights on this, which again are standard, and they actually move with the car as well, so when the wheels are turned certain angles they follow the track of the car for improved visibility whilst cornering on dark country lanes and such. So the chassis on this is basically a Ford derived chassis like you find on the Mark II Ford Focus, and obviously shared with other Volvo models, the S40 and V50s, and also used on the Mazda 3 as well, but everyone has their own take on it manufacturer wise, so Volvo tune it and modify it for their specifications, Ford have their own and Mazda have their own. So all three of these vehicles drive very differently, and you won't think that they're based on the same vehicle, much like Saab do, the Vauxhall Opel chassis, modifying for their own requirements, and even though they're basically the same underneath, they do drive very differently and feel different from one another. Okay, so in a minute we should go out for a test drive. Okay, let's take this in for a drive. Okay, there's 60 mile an hour. This thing is phenomenally quick. The amount of torque it produces is absolutely outstanding, and it is so smooth. I don't know if you can hear the engine, but it sounds absolutely fantastic. Just touching the throttle here, just tickling it, and it's just raring to go. So the steering feedback is fantastic. The gear change is really slick and precise. The clutch is nice and light, and despite all its power and torque, the clutch is very light. Throttle response is just absolutely awesome. Ride quality is very good. It is a little firm, but it's not uncomfortable though, because it's an R design. It'll have this sport suspension on it and such. It is actually taking these bumps really well. Plenty of feedback through the suspension. The seats are very comfortable as well. Very impressed. I mean, you could probably cover some serious ground in this. in very little time and in comfort as well. Lights the tyres up in second gear, no problem. If you just want to cruise in it, you can alternatively do that. Excuse me. So this standard I think is about 170 horsepower, but this one has had a remap on it, properly done. It's not just a tuning box, it's had a remap on it, and it's had the EGR valve altered on it as well. I don't know the precise figures, I will put them on screen when I find out from the owner, Aidan. But I think it's around 200 horsepower. The torque, I'm not sure. The torque is just, I don't know what it is, it's a lot anyway. The handling is absolutely superb on it, it's so precise. The sound of the engine is impressive. So this car returns, even with the remap, 47 miles per gallon, and that's a solid 47. Mixed driving as well, it isn't driven softly, this car. Which for a car of this age and the size of the engine is just, you know, it's gobsmacking. I must say as well, this one has done 181,000 miles and it feels like a new car. No shakes or rattles or anything like that. It feels tight and you know, it's just not worn out at all. The previous owner had spent a lot of money on it, basically just kept upkeep with it, you know, servicing and timing belt and stuff like that, brakes and everything, and it's paid off because the car's lasted. This has recently had a clutch and flywheel in it within the past year or so, and it had lasted 170,000 miles, the original clutch, so it's quite amazing. 6th gear, accelerate, and it just pulls, like really pulls. Very impressive. It's hard to keep within the speed limit. So, would I have an Audi A3 or a Golf or a Seat Leon or something like that over this? Definitely not. 100% no on that one. This Volvo is superior in every single way. First of all, it looks better. Second of all, it's built better. It sounds better. It's more comfortable. It's more reliable. You don't blend in with the C30. When you see one on the road, you tend to notice it because they are an unusual looking car. You don't have the stupid issues you get with the other diesel models as well. I mean, these are pretty solid. It's an all aluminium block. So it's relatively lightweight for the size of it. It's a very impressive car. I shall just speed this bit up while the traffic lights are waiting for. To go easy on that throttle if you don't want to wheel spin it. You just got to just touch it. If you press it too hard, you'll just end up spinning. So they did do a 4-wheel drive version of the Volvo platform, but that's only available on the V50 2.5 turbo, I believe. They imported about 300, I think, into the UK. But if you manage to get one salvage, you can transfer across the 4-wheel drive system, the gearbox, transfer box, prop shaft and rear diff and suspension will bolt straight to a C30, so you've got the time and the money and the know-how, you can turn one of these into four-wheel drive relatively easily, and it'd be basically untouchable as a car, you know. Okay, let's conclude this test drive. A bit of a final walk around. So this has twin exhausts as standard, and they're really high quality as well. Like the silencer and everything is, you know, original, and it's like new. The R design has the colour-coded wheel arch mouldings, and it has folding mirrors on it, electrically automatic folding mirrors. Slightly deeper front bumper. Just an interesting little car. They actually remind me a little bit of a Reliant Scimitar with the shape of the back window. I might be on my own on that one, but I don't know. So yeah, in conclusion, impressive car. This one is for sale. I can sell this knowing that genuinely it doesn't need anything doing to it. The thing is spotless. If anybody test drove this, they'd be massively impressed with it. Thank you all for watching, and thank you very much for everybody that's subscribed. Let's keep building the channel up, and I hope you enjoy this. See you next time.